Despite the introduction of the lightweight service mask in 1942, the ever-changing role of the US soldier in World War II, and in particular the increase in jungle and amphibious operations, brought demands from both theatre commanders and Army ground forces for an even lighter and more compact mask. Furthermore, the new mask should be waterproof or at least supplied with a waterproof carrier. Acknowledged the requirement for such a set and as such established a development and testing facility at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in June 1943, and that was tasked with developing the item. In order to meet the requirements outlined at the beginning, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology designers also sought to produce a waterproof carrier for the new mask, and thus the E1R3 was born, constructed of cotton duck canvas, backed on both sides with butyl rubber. The carrier featured a rolled up opening which was secure by 4 press studs, thus achieving an overall waterproof bag which could carry the new assault mask and its necessary accessories. The E7 carrier bore the typical markings of the Chemical Warfare Service on its front in yellow ink, and was also marked with the official nomenclature of the mask, Army Assault Gas Mask. Underneath the Combat Warfare Service logo, either U or UL markings were also present to indicate the mask was universal size and left filter placement, although there were plans to produce a variant of the mask with a canister stem on the right side, more suited for left-handed shooters. These plans were scrapped as it was realised how difficult it was to produce the E6 Arbonne mask and high rejection rates owing to the production priority on the left canister stem model. When the assault mask was redesigned as Army Combat Service gas mask in June 1944, existing stocks of UL marked bags were recalled for remarking. The assault gas mask nomenclature was blocked out with yellow paint and the new designation applied underneath. While regarded by most collectors as a post-World War II development, the M7 carrier was in fact standardised by the Chemical Warfare Service on June 7th, 1944, the M7 can be easily distinguished from the E7 carrier by its 3 lifter dot fastenings, which replaced the 4 press stud closures on the E7. In addition, when the M5 was officially adopted into service, its nomenclature was changed from Army Assault Gas Mask to Army Combat Service Gas Mask, which it reflected by the markings present on the M7 carrier. The final incarnation of the assault gas mask carrier was the M7, which was standardized on June the 7th, 1944. It featured a number of design improvements over its experimental counterparts. The 4 press studs used to secure the bag were replaced by 3 lifter dot fasteners, and the overall size of the carrier was increased. Finally, the M7 continued to bear the new nomenclature of the mask underneath the standard Chemical Warfare Service markings in yellow ink. When it became apparent that the enemy would not deploy chemical gas during Operation Neptune, the E7 carrier became extremely popular amongst troops. Owing to a lack of waterproof containers in the field, it was not uncommon for troops to discard the mask and accessories and utilize the waterproof carrier for other purposes. A small number of carriers have also been observed with a small air inlet valve added to the front of the container. The purpose of this valve has not been determined to date. Existing examples are uncommon to find. It is largely considered that this was an experimental feature of the E7 carrier, since its waterproof and airproof nature made it an ideal buoyancy device. It has been suggested that the air valve allowed an empty carrier to be inflated to provide additional flotation devices during amphibious landings.